All right, everybody. Different video here on basically just the Atas 120A. In the other video, you seen I had a lot of other stuff out. There's a lot of information there. I'm rambling like crazy because there's a lot to think about. And I keep going in. I noticed in the video, I went ahead and put it up, but just because it's got a lot of information, a lot of stuff, it might not be, on track because I do ramble a lot. So, uh, but I keep referring to this as being that package, the ATAS 120 paired with a Yaesu. The ATAS 120A only works with Yaesu. It won't work with ICOM. It won't work with Kenwood. It won't work with no Baofangs or nothing like that. It's specifically made for Yaesu. It's a Yaesu 120A, 2 meter through 6 meter. It does, all. It don't do 80 meters. It does 6 meter through 40 and 2 meter. All that by setting your radio up in the internal tuner portion of the settings. You can set it to ATAS. And when you hook up a coax to this and a coax to this, and you've got this on the ground system, and you hit the button to tune, it'll actually raise and lower the antenna. It's a motorized yeah. See, that's why I ramble, because I get my words and stuff mixed up. But anyway, a screwdriver. There we go. A motorized screwdriver antenna. You seen I had the Tar Heel out. And what I was talking about in that, comparing the two, this one, the signal isn't as good just because you have less metal in the air. The whip is smaller. They keep it smaller because if you was to change it or put a bigger one on it, you probably wouldn't get 2 meters anymore. Because once you change the length of this whip, it changes everything inside the coil. So that's why they have it specifically designed to work the way they have it. Now to the radios. I kept going back and forth, and I'd get lost in everything and off track. And I wouldn't specifically say what this radio is all the time that I was pointing out. I kept saying 857D, all this stuff, whatever. This is the 891. This is a HF only Yaesu radio. Only does HF. It won't do 2 meters. This radio will run the ATAS on HF only. Same with my FTDX10, or if you hook it up to say like even a 101, I wouldn't have that big expensive radio with this antenna ain't no way. But they'll run it. It's Yaesu has them in their internal setting to set the tuning portion for this antenna. The reason I kept saying the 857D is because it is in the same form factor as the 891. The display is different. There's a few other key features about it that's different. It doesn't have the same kind of filters. The filters aren't as good. The display isn't as good as the 891. It's different. But it's the same. It's almost the same size. Almost the same weight. That would be the 857D. They don't make that radio anymore. That radio you would have to buy used. QTH is a good place to find them. QTH.com, classifieds for ham radio. QRZ on QRZ. They have places you'd probably find it on there. Used market. So yeah, you'd have to find it used. I kept saying the 991A. I had the 991A, and I traded Henry the 991A because he wanted 2 meter 440 NHF in one package in his truck. I wasn't planning on putting the 991A in my truck because it's so much bigger than this one. I wished I had it next to it to just show the size different, but it's quite a bit bigger than 891 or the 857D. My opinion, it's not a backpack radio. Mobile, yeah, his looks really good in his truck. He has it set up really nice. For mobile or portable options, that would be a good choice. And as of right now, it is the only radio that Yaesu still makes, as far as I know, uh, that you can readily buy from a dealer and a used market. Used markets are all kinds of them. They're more expensive than the 891, like I say, but it does 2 meter 440 and stuff like that. And like I say, in that one video, I was rambling. I ramble a lot, but the gentleman that I'm talking about, he's wanting a system, all in one system, that does 2 meter 440 HF. He's wanting it to be able to be used mobile, in his shack at home, and possibly portable. Portable can mean a couple of different things, whether you're driving to a place to set up, or whatever, and possibly backpack. In my opinion, there's only one system out there that would probably fit that category that can do all of those. That would be mobile, portable, base, and backpacking. That would be 857D. This is the 891. I keep putting my hand on it. 857D in this size package and this antenna. That's in one package. Basically, he's not wanting a bunch of different antennas and different radios. Yaesu, make another 857D. I mean, really, it would sell so good. I would buy one. I'd buy one in a heartbeat. If it had this same, use some of these same filters in this radio, the 891 has a great receive. The menu, yeah, it's a long menu, but it's a small radio. There's a lot of menu driven stuff in here, but it's a small package. That's what you're going to have in a small package. You're not going to have a bunch of buttons that do a bunch of different stuff. And you know, I mean, it's a menu driven radio. You get used to it, and there's no problem with that. See, I'm rambling again, but anyway, Yaesu, make another 857D this size that does 2 meter 440. Works with this antenna. Because literally, if I had a newer version of the 857D, the reason I say it because they're hard to find. You can find 857Ds, but you're going to pay for them. You're going to pay probably as much for an old 857D as you will for a brand new 891. Just because there's people want to hold on to them because they don't make them. The 991A, if you're looking for mobile, if you got room in your vehicle for mobile, I mean, there's going to be compromise on it because it's a bigger radio. So anyway, mobile, portable, and base. 991A paired with this antenna. That would be it. That's what you can get right now. That's the only manufacturer that I know of that makes one system like that. Now, getting to the antenna again. The antenna is a compromise antenna. It's a short whip. It's not very long. It's kind of thin. This isn't the whip that goes in it. I'll show you the whip that goes in it. If I can find it. I put this one in there. It's because I seem to get a little bit better receive out of it because there's more metal. This one's kind of this one's not as flimsy as the one they put on it, which is a good thing because in mobile, I mean, you want that thing to be able to bend. This is the whip that goes in the ATAS. This is small whip. I didn't gain a whole lot by changing them out, so I could actually probably just put this one back in there. It's good the way it is. You're not going to gain a whole lot by changing out the whips. And if you change out the whip too big and it goes too long, then you change where this will tune. Like you might even lose 10 meters per se. They have it set by the length of the whip. That's what controls it. Like even on my ones I made, if you change the length of the whip, it changes where this antenna tunes at. It'll be longer or shorter on the coil. So anyway, they got the whip. Compromised antenna. It's a small, short antenna. So the signal is not going to be as good as probably, say, like a hamstick antenna, one that you physically get up and change out on your car, because they're going to be longer, you know, and everything. So you're just not going to have the same kind of signal out. Yeah, this thing makes contacts. It does pretty well for what it is. But with HF antenna, you're not going to be able to do 2 meters. So, like I say, I'm rambling again. Love this antenna. I actually had one, and I sold it. Then I was like, oh, I miss it. And I bought it back. Well, once I bought it, I didn't buy it back from them, but I bought another one. Then I found the Tar Heel, like right after, not long, for a really good deal. So I got that antenna. Signal on the Tar Heel just smokes ATAS. I mean, it just does. The radiated power out, signal out's a lot better. But anyway, back to it. One in all system, in my opinion. And like I say, if you find another one, let me know. I just don't think there is one. Yaesu hit this out of the park when they've done this. The only thing, like I said in the other video, that they're lacking is the small 2 meter 440 HF package like the 857D. They should have one of those on the market right now, but they don't. The next one up that you're going to find is going to be the 991A. You put the 991A, and I'm putting this just as a radio reference. That's what that is. This isn't a 991A, so just so you know. But you put a 991A, this antenna, you'll need a duplexer, a piece of coax, and a power system. And basically that's it. If you're doing this over ground, like say if you went and did portable or backpacking with it, backpacking would be doable. It's not super heavy. It's really slim and sleek. It'd slide right in the side of a backpack. You just might want to take the whip off of it before you go trekking through the mountains or the hills or whatever. That would be, you need, so the 991A, coax, duplexer, battery or power supply, and the antenna. You may want to, what I was getting at is you may want to add some radios at the bottom. They make a kit for it that you can buy that goes on the bottom, and there's some radios that comes out, so that way you can put it over ground and still use it. Because when you do it on your truck, you know, you've got your false ground plane from the truck, which it sees, but doable. But anyway, not to make this super long, that's what I was trying to get at in the video. I just can't do it in when you get all that stuff out, I start rambling really bad because there's so much stuff out there, so much information, different stuff. But again, just like looking at this, imagine this was an 857D right here. Then all I would need would be this antenna, coax, battery, and maybe a few little radios to throw out. And I could take this thing backpacking. I could take it portable to a park somewhere and do parks on the air. I could screw it onto a mount on my truck, do mobile, put the radio in there, have it all set up where I can just take it all out like I do kind of thing. and then have another mount at the house. Take this off the truck, put it on the mount at the house, put the radio in the house. You'd have every one of them. That right there. That might be why Yaesu don't come out with that. Because then they wouldn't sell near as many radios if they did that. 991A is the only one you can do that with. If you can muscle, it's almost I think it's 9 pounds. If you can muscle that for backpacking, then that radio will do it. 991A would be good for this antenna for mobile, shack, or home, whatever you want to call it, base. So mobile, base, and portable. I like backpacking. 9 pounds is a bit much to add to my kit. 4 pounds, a little bit different. So yeah, come on, Yaesu, make another 857D. Come on, you need to do it. Put that out there. Everybody tell them they need to make another 857D. Match that antenna for that. Be perfect. That would be the perfect all-in-one system for anybody who's getting into HF radio or radio in general to get as a starter package. Man, it would be almost perfect. I mean, just let's be honest. I mean, no, you're not going to get like big old signals like people do on beams and stuff like that, but you're going to work. You're going to be able to set up just about anywhere and start working. So anyway, this video is getting long again too, but that was my take on it, and that's where I was trying to go with the other video, but I had so much stuff in front of me that I kind of like a squirrel, kind of get sidetracked. So take everything I say with a grain of salt anyway, though, I like to say. But my opinion, Yaesu is the only one that makes even close to being a one and only package for something like what he's wanting to do. So 991A is going to be your easiest, quickest choice. It's going to be more expensive. If you can find an 857D paired with that antenna and a duplexer, its coax and a battery, you'd be set. Everything else you'd probably have to make, like I say, radios and all that stuff, if you're going to use it as a base station or whatever. Anyway, not to get it too long, but that's where I was trying to go in the last video. Y'all have a good day. And like I say, if you got any questions or anything, do all those cool things people do on YouTube if you want. That's like, share, and subscribe and all that stuff. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing. But y'all have a good one. AK4 PJ.